I'm not fed up with anything from Mel, if that's the question.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, no, I'm not fed up with anything with Mel. Mel
I think that is
has
the
a unique
punching
way
bag
of
in the pod.
potting, but no, nobody's fed up with Mel.
Can we just say, before I let T Rankin go, can we just say, like, when Joe is in a great mood, like, he is going to always roast, and sometimes his jokes may seem like they're harsh, but it's like typical to me, like, where it wasn't nothing different. Like, when he is in a good mood, he is going to roast. He did that to everybody on the cast yesterday, so I don't know why it's being
Because it
pointed out directly
doesn't
to
come
Mel,
off like
but
roasting. It comes off like catty. It comes off like petty. It comes off as if a
Which
person is
part?
agitated.
Which part?
I don't know.
I'm speaking specifically to the part where we're 55 or 50 some minutes into the pod and you haven't spoke. Ice kind of chimed in. Ice didn't really want to chime in, but it comes off on the screen as awkward, man. And it's happened before.
I object to that.
Me too.
I object to that.
Wait, Joe, hang on. Object as a whole, because I'm gonna piggyback off some of his points. So
All right.
can I go?
Let T-Rankin go.
go.
I can't do the gaslight. I will lose it, Joe.
Okay.
I can't do
I
the
don't want to
gaslight.
gaslight you. Let T-Rankin go.
All right.
Let her go.
Okay. Joe, you know my steez when it comes to this podcast, So it's not like, you don't know. And you and I sort of had this kind of conversation before. So it's not the first time. So I just want to say yesterday's episode was very difficult for me to watch. I think because I'm a Melody, but also because I've been fucking with Joe Budden for the longest. And every time you put in one of these performances, it makes me slightly anxious on your behalf. That's just the way it goes, right? Now, the issue with the podcast started, the episode rather started, I think, when you guys started discussing that auntie segment. It's a very disgusting segment, right? And I think the approach Mel chose was not one that you appreciated, but you've been doing this consistently now, where maybe a co-host approaches a topic in a way that you wouldn't approach it. Instead of letting them land, you cut them off, and you're producing live on air to our hearing. It's really awkward, and it can knock them off their perch a little bit, make them nervous. And I think this is particularly applicable to Meylssa, somebody you can see that's processing what they're saying as they're saying it. So it started off on that note, right? Then I told his very funny story, which I'm sure people will talk about at length on Saturday. And I think for me, it really reached the nadir, which is like the lowest point, when she gave you the example of her fiance, and the way you addressed that was so dismissive, was so reductive, and I'm thinking, okay, he's performing. This is a performance, and I'm thinking, okay, if this was a film and I was watching a couple of characters act this out, what would my review of this film be? Forget that this is Joe Budden. Think of them as characters. And I thought the guy was a real dickhead, like a real, like, you guys keep saying this is our sister, this is our sister. I have a sister. My best friend is a man. If he spoke to me like that, he and I wouldn't fuck with each other again. Like there comes a point where it stops being funny and it starts being awkward to observe. And I think the awkwardness started with that segment, right? And then in your response to her was like, oh, bitch, will you just leave? Oh, bitch. And you said, oh, okay, maybe I'm not speaking to you, but it was in direct response to what she said. Like the reduction was so much. She said, oh, whatever she said, Mel's comebacks are whack. So whatever she said, but you started sort of winding from my observations, you started winding her up there. And I think for me, the absolute lowest point of the podcast came when you said, chicken got it done. Joe, I swear to you, I was working, and when I heard that phrase, like my heart skipped. Like, it was such a mean thing to say. And it was so mean that Flip got up and did a 360 round the center table. And he had to ask her, like, yo, you're gonna have that? And she said, again, her whack comeback, oh, chicken did not fucking get it done, or whatever she said, And I'm thinking, this is you playing a character, okay? This is you trying to make your podcast entertaining, but it was really awkward, really, really, really awkward to observe, and it made me feel really bad because you were kind of nasty to her. I have to just keep it real with you. You were nasty to her, and it's not a thing of where everyone's saying your fans are so sensitive, people are so sensitive. Nobody on this stage can say they love Joe Budden more than his mom. After his mom, no one can say they fuck with him more than I do, right? So if I'm saying these things, it's not out of like, I want to see Joe suffer. I want to see people piling on Joe. Or I want to see Joe stumble. It's because I'm watching this thing, somebody that I really fuck with, and I'm seeing him doing these things that I don't want the wider public to pick up on and start piling on him for. That was not a good performance yesterday. Let me just mute my mic there.
Beautiful, T Rankin, beautiful.
I could not disagree more. And
here we go.
And that's actually part of my objection. So let's go through it a little bit. T Rankin, where's she at? Don't leave. Where you go?
I'm here. I'm right here.
T Rankin, the auntie segment, right? The auntie segment. Was that me? I don't even think that was me that said anything. I tossed it to Mel.
Yes.
To which Mel said, why are you tossing it to me? Is it because I have a vagina?
Yes.
To which I said, no, I'm tossing it to you because you were silent on the last topic. So I figured we'd let you lead with this one. And then I came in and said the exact same thing. And then to get into your character point, I think that in that story you just told, I think that I'm in character. I think that Flip was in character. I think there was only one person that was not in character, which was Mel. So yeah, no. If I or somebody else has to step it up a notch because somebody else is not in character or is not sticking to the script or is not sticking to the game plan, like this topic is not for. We know what everybody would do in real life. Nobody, who cares? Yeah, everybody here is a mature adult who would not entertain this behavior that we're talking about with Game and Shorty. Who gives a fuck about that? This is a fun, light-hearted topic. So yes, if I have to interrupt or guide or produce in real time, I'll try to. Sorry that comes off as awkward, but I don't think that in the moment is when anybody should be processing what they have to say about a topic. I think it's unprofessional. I think it's irresponsible. I think mad shit. So cool. Joe will take the hit for how it comes off because I'm going to always take the hit. I'll stand in it too. But
is Mel okay, Joe?
What can
Mel's great.
Is Mel going through some things in her life? She might be a little catty, snippy, or what have you, agitated.
Oh my God!
Is everything okay on that level?
Mel
you don't have to go into detail.
Great. Mel is great.
Okay.
But
Joe,
can you please
too
finish?
good for me.
Can you please finish what you were saying?
I was toward the end. I finished with I'm gonna always take the hit for how it comes off, especially when we get off script and have to kind of reel things in. But shit, after a while, I even shut up during that auntie shit when it went toward the more serious direction. It's like, all right, cool. Then the next time I think, was the fucking the chicken shit was hilarious. The chicken shit.
It wasn't.
No,
it was not. I swear to you, Joe, it was not hilarious. It was not.
Cringe, bro.
It was not. You shouldn't have said that. It was
put me down. I'm not.
You know what makes it even worse, Joe? Joe, wait.
One
you know
at a
what
time,
makes it
guys.
worse?
One at a
Joe,
time.
do you know what makes it worse?
Give it to me.
The way that whole chicken thing, the way we got to know, is that Flip was doing some reconnaissance on Mel's private life. Then he came to the pod to announce it. Now, remember, this might be production behind the scenes, but we don't know that. So this is the way it seemed to us. Flip just came and announced like, yo, you've been talking to a nigga in Florida. And then it says, yeah, I heard some chicken was cooked. And then she reluctantly gave us some details on what happened, right? You have made reference to this chicken situation another time when the pod was closing, and that was fun. That was fun. That was sexy. That was fun. That was cute. But you see, this time you now use it against her when she didn't agree with you. And it seemed like you were justifying her reluctance to open up because, to be fair, her love life has formed a large portion of the show for like maybe like 2 weeks now, where you guys are chastising her. 1 minute she's too open and naive and foolish. The next minute she's not open enough and it's because she's jaded. You know, you guys have made a topic of it, and then you just threw in casually, chicken will get it done, because she did not agree with what was a preposterous proposition by yourself, and she didn't agree, and it just seems so callous. And I love that she tried to push back, even though she wasn't successful because she doesn't have lyrics. But I love that she tried to push back. That was cold. That was cold, Joe. I'm sorry, it was very cold.
I disagree.
No
I
lyrics is great.
totally disagree. If my memory serves right, that chicken comment came up off of the rent conversation, right?
It did,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so I just look at this very differently from y'all. What T. Rankin is calling preposterous was, again, supposed to be a very fun, light-hearted, comedic segment. So when you say, hey, if somebody called and yada, 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 yada with the rent, right? Now is not the time for you to be you. You are supposed to be in character, even if that means just running the play. Now we don't have time to explain to you, hey, you trust the guy. Hey, you have rapport with the guy. Hey, dog, it's a quick, fun, fucking story. So now we're stopping the ball because you want to put you in real life in this bullshit, stupid equation. Yeah, stop. And then you want to, no. Sorry. Whatever comes to that, comes to that. But don't pick and choose when to be in character and when not to be. Because if you're not going to be in character, I'm going to be the one to say, hey, chicken was a good gesture for you. So don't tell me that this wasn't a good gesture. Sorry.
Oh my God. Chicken was a date, Joseph. Chicken was a date. She was on a date. And that whole thing, she didn't volunteer that info. It was those two niggas doing reconnaissance that came with that
T.
information.
Rankin, that part you have to stop doing. Anything that Mel don't want shared on the pod is not shared on the pod. So if they're discussing, if they are discussing her fucking personal date experience, trust me, they have spoken about, is it okay to speak about this experience?
Now, I don't mean to jump in, but can I just say that? And that's the part about the Mel thing that's really starting to get under my skin. Mel is not some hopeless child on a podcast. Like, we gotta stop. There's one thing for us to defend Mel when they get in their misogyny bag and they start doing too much. But this whole chicken joke was funny. She said it on the pod. Like, what are we talking about? I get it. Now, the other stuff I agree with. Like, the other part about Joe cutting them off during the auntie thing, I think that was a little much. But that chicken joke, she was shocked because it was brought up, but it was funny. She said it on the pod, and they were not giving her the third degree about that man. She was happy. She started singing the fucking song. What was the song that Joe played? She started singing the lyrics to the song, saying, almost insinuating that the dude put it down in the bed.
Another time. We're talking about another time, not the time where
but listen, but hold on, T. Rankin, because what you're trying to do is to try to convolute the situation and make it seem as if Joe is bringing up some external information, trying to throw it in her face. I don't see it like that at all. I think, first off, they have familial relationship. Like, I don't know if any of y'all have brothers or cousins or people like that you're in relationship with. Sometimes those jokes are like, oh, I know you didn't just say that, and bring up something like that. I think what all y'all think, this is what I feel, where some of these scenarios, I think y'all think that Joe and Mel don't like each other, don't have no type of conversation. They don't know each other off the pod. And so when we get on the pod and he throws these little jabs, it's from a position of they're just coworkers. I believe they have a relationship. So if they have a relationship and you've never been in a relationship with a guy that's like not sexual, it's platonic, almost like a brother or a cousin or just something like that, they're going to throw those little jabs at you to poke at you a little bit. Sometimes it goes too far because, again, we are the audience and it seems away. But y'all, I know y'all not about to wild out over that chicken. That chicken joke was funny, because she mentioned the man cooking her jerk chicken on a first date, and it seemed as if that was something that would have gotten the job done in terms of her being with it or dealing with the guy. It was lighthearted. I'm trying to understand
It was not.
what are we talking
It
about
was
here?
not.
It was.
It
He said
certainly
it.
was
He
meant to.
said it in
It was
response.
meant to be lighthearted, but it was like
Like, what
the
are we
whole
But
talking about? It
segment was
Joe, he
was. I'm
said
lighthearted.
it.
sorry. It was. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Can I
Like,
ask
we
a
could do it
question?
on something else, not that, because now y'all just pulling at grasping at straws at this point.
Put me down. I'm not emotionally mature enough to deal with this. King Gaslight's in the building.
I'd like to ask a question.
Take it away.
Go ahead.
You said that a lot of things were just in good fun, and if it's only fun for one person, is it really fun? Meylssa didn't look like she's having fun. Last week when he said that Ozempic shit, no one really looked like they was having fun. Kind of look like you're the only person having fun. The listener's not even having fun at this point.
Speak for yourself, dog.
Right.
Hey,
I mean, this
Hey,
whole
wait,
thing was
Joe, I
about
got a
people
if
question.
being
any
upset.
of the listeners that are not having fun, cut it off.
Quick question, Joe. You don't think you went a little too far? I'm gonna give you the timestamp too, because I know for a fact. I think it was like timestamp. It was the Beverly Hills Cop. I think it was 152.
Joe, can I ask you
Nigga,
something?
why you just mute me? Hello?
Nobody muted
Nobody
you.
muted you. We can hear
I
you.
think my phone's
Okay,
tweaking.
cool.
My
That's
bad. My
your
phone's
Sprint, nigga.
Yeah, my bad. I think it was like the
Joe, can I
timestamp
ask you
was better.
something?
Hold on real quick,
I
T
don't
Rankin.
think T
Nick
Rankin
was
can hear
talking.
Nick. Can you hear Nick talking, T Rankin?
No, I can't.
I'll move you down and bring you back. Well, Michael, you do it. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah.
All right, you don't think you went too far when you was talking about if dude you
I don't hear Nick now.
Nick, you cut out. You
Nick,
muted
you
yourself.
lost service.
Nick, walk upstairs, man. Go take the garbage. Walk outside or something.
Right. And while everybody coming back up, I just wanted to say this, and I'm gonna mute up. I'll stay on stage if you need, if I can. But I think the reality is, I don't think it's all in one. I do think, Joe, sometimes you cross the line. I do think the whole jumping in when Flip and Mel were talking about the auntie thing, I do kind of agree with T-Ranger's point. It was like, all right, Joe, let them land at least, because calling them bullshit, shut the fuck up, like, I get it, that's y'all humor, but it does come off like, damn, well, it wasn't a bad statement to make. It could have been a different pivot. I don't agree with that one. I think that one was a little cringy for sure. I do think you were triggered. I loved how Mel was giving it to you. She's like, "Ooh, you're triggered, buddy."
Wait, let me also
that.
tell the stage, I wasn't triggered. It's not real. What is
This man a
wrong with
narcissist.
you people?
Joe, she said it. We're talking about what Mel said.
It's
Mel said
on
you were
the
triggered.
show.
It was funny.
Mel doesn't
Okay.
believe that. It's oh
Well,
my
it was
God.
funny.
Let me remind
is it was
y'all.
funny.
Y'all also said we was wilding a few weeks ago with our Janet Jackson segment, which I thought was classic.
Hold on, we or you? I mean, we didn't. I don't think we said
In
everybody
the community,
yeah, that was
y'all
funny.
said we bugged out on our Janet Jackson segment.
I don't think it was more so about that.
I know.
What's funny is back before you added Flip and Mel, y'all was joking even worse than this, and it was hilarious. Y'all kind of lighthearted these days.
Yo, dog, I just showed Mel when they posted in the fucking community or Reddit somewhere. It was her first appearance. I was like, Mel, look at your first appearance on this show. We was bugging.
When they showed her when she was drinking?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, we need to bring this Mel back. Like, we need to get her. Well, not everybody, but some people made some comments towards that. And to be honest, that was our first introduction to Mel, and I really enjoyed her. And that was what really made me be like, we really need to get her on this show. And I feel like we're not giving Mel enough credit. Like, she's a grown woman, and all of the dogpiling sometimes is a lot. It's a lot to get through. But at the same time, I agree where a lot of it is lighthearted. If it was really too much, I think Flip mentioned even amongst you guys, he will talk about with you guys like, hey, if this is something that I shouldn't talk about, let me know and I won't. So I think that all of you guys have that respect for each other. And as long as that respect is there, again, we're all adults. Mel's a grown woman. She can handle it. Like, I think sometimes things are taken too far, but I think you guys know how to reel it in.
I own some
Okay, can I
of
answer
that
my
though.
question?
Exactly.
Can I answer my
Exactly.
question now, Joe, please? Can I answer my
Exactly.
Oh yeah, go
man.
ahead, T-Rankin.
Okay, so here's my question for you. You said that it's such and such is meant to be lighthearted. This is meant to be lighthearted. That's meant to be lighthearted. Do you have pre-prods where you like agree on the approach that certain conversations are going to take? Because if one person isn't aware, it's either they're not attending those pre-production meetings or they just don't understand. Well, then it's your job to bring them up to speed, to help them understand that, yo, this topic is going like this. This is your character. That's your character. I understand that you all have a rapport, obviously, and it's not going to be PG. I'm not interested in listening to a show that's all PG. I want to hear some jokes that make me cringe. I want to hear some adult shit. That's why I'm subscribed, right? But when it crosses the line, it is also our duty to tell you. Do you understand?
The chicken got it done is not crossing the line.
Oh, it crossed the line
Yo,
at all.
Joe,
Joe, it really
Joe,
crossed the
At
line.
all. Nobody's taking up for Ice, and nobody's giving nobody's saying nothing about Mel. If she's on a pod for 55 minutes and only said 2 words, that's crazy. And then for her to be like, to say the Ice is sexist, every time they come up with a woman topic, she is the woman on the pod. That's what we want to hear from. So nobody's really like being real and talking about that. Everybody's like floating over that, saying that Joe is wrong and everybody is misogynistic and dogpiling Mel, but nobody's speaking to the fact that she was on the pod for 55 minutes and said 2 words.
And that's to me, that's the part that's
I
important.
didn't hear nobody say nothing
That's for a
about that.
reason, bro.
Everybody's on here talking about, oh, dogpile Mel and this and that and the third. But nobody's talking about if she's getting paid the big bucks to sit right there next to Joe Budden and pod and do whatever she wants to do and say 2 words in 55 minutes, that's a fucking problem. If Joe gotta fucking come up with topics where he gonna plug in fucking internet sites, whatever he gotta do to do his fucking podcast outline for the day, and you talking for 2 minutes out of 55 minutes, that's a fucking problem. And then when
Exactly.
Ice comes up, right? And then when Ice wants to say somebody, you really want to take it out on Ice, that's a problem. That's a problem. Like nobody's
Man, he
seeing
don't
that
be.
as a problem.
He don't be talking shit about Ice at all. Like he.
I'm not talking about Ice. I'm talking about Meylssa. I'm talking about Meylssa coming at Ice.
Yeah, bro.
Meylssa coming
It's a
at
reason
Ice,
for
like
that.
that was nasty, bro.
Right. Hold on,
Like
let's flip
nobody's
go real
talking
quick.
about
Then
that.
Fury.
Yo,
Flip then Fury.
yo, y'all niggas need to go outside, bro, and get some fucking air. Y'all niggas need to go outside and get into.
Some of us at work. Some of us at work.
Hold on.
We gonna do
Listen,
that.
listen. Y'all niggas need shut the fuck up, nigga. You bitch ass nigga. Don't
We
talk to me. Y'all niggas. I'm on my way down. I'm on my way downtown Brooklyn. I bet I slap you in your mouth today.
I'm here, right?
I'm in Jersey. Fuck out of here. Suck my
I
dick.
have
Suck my
removed
dick,
them from
nigga.
the stage. I have removed them from
Yeah.
the stage. There's no one
He's
there.
pussy. I'm on my way right now. I'm
There's
recording. He's pussy,
There's
nigga.
no one there anymore.
He be trying to hold on. He be trying to act me that I'm cool. I'm not cool with that nigga. I'ma smack you in your mouth, nigga.
Who you talking about?
You talking about
Nigga, I'ma
Dub?
smack Dub in your mouth, nigga. In your mouth. I got the camera right now. As soon as I'm finished with luxury, hold on, let me finish. As soon as I'm finished with Luxury Motors, I'm coming to Brooklyn to go see my 2 sisters. Whatever part you in, please DM me. Stop cracking jokes. I don't fuck with you. Don't at me in videos. Don't talk to me. Yo, Flip, this is where I'm at. I want to speak to you. Once we get to see each other face to face, then I'll talk to you on the internet. Stop playing with me. That's to him. Other than that,
Okay,
wait, what the fuck?
Mute that nigga's mic.
man, fine. Yeah, pussy. Y'all niggas is ass. A lot of y'all niggas need to go outside. Actually, Mel, we fuck with Mel. Mel is family. I feel like a lot of y'all niggas watch this shit and y'all become too invested emotionally. Y'all, it's triggering me. Man, go outside, man. Call your cousin up. Call your brother up, your sister up. Go hang out. Feel what it's like to have siblings that can tell you and pull you up on something that you may be doing outside. It just so happens that we talk about it on the podcast. And if Mel is, I don't like the fact that niggas is talking about Mel not talking. Mel, obviously, if she's not speaking, she's obviously going through something. And it's our job as her brothers to fill in for her. Like, that's our job. We have bad days. I have a bad day. I have a lot of fucking bad days and niggas feeling for me. She has bad days. I'm not going to ridicule her for that. Whatever it was, she may have been going through something. She may have been, like, something mentally. She have her days. So we shouldn't hold that against her. But also, as far as dogpiling, Mel is our family. She's fine. She can speak up. She will speak up if she feels something is disrespectful or something is not proper. Y'all niggas is too invested in other niggas' lives. Nigga, go outside, go jerk off or something, or get some ass, or fuck. Do something.
But Flip.
That's crazy.
I can't believe that there's some of y'all out there that didn't love that chicken line. That was hilarious.
Nah,
I'm not
I thought it
over
was
that.
hilarious.
Nah,
I
but
started this space because y'all ain't gonna turn my good pod day into a bad pod day for Joe. Joe was grumpy. I hate when Joe was in his mood. Joe was in the greatest mood ever. Fuck y'all.
nah, but Joe,
Well-
you don't think it's like a conflict of interest for you to be producing the pod at this point? Like if Mel not even speaking and you kind of having an amazing time, you don't see like the kind of conundrum in that in a sense?
But I just have a question. If there's
So do
6
I.
people there, why are we worried about one person not speaking? It's 6.
Because
Exactly.
because
There's
Mel's the
it's a
only
hold on.
woman, so it's
Hold
like
on a
if
second.
it's like
But
a
if
bro
who
pod.
cares? No, she's a woman. So what? Why are y'all always so focused on trying to be the woman critiquer?
Because that's why she's
Let's just
there.
go with
She's
the
there
vibe
as
and
a
agree. No,
woman's
that's
voice.
not why she's there.
And what is she
Right.
there
No,
for?
she's
To not talk? That's crazy.
Not-
Exactly.
No, for 1 hour.
I think
Y'all are crazy as shit. Like, what are y'all talking about? This be the problem right here.
Can I-
It's a 3-hour pod, and y'all worried about 50 minutes and her sitting there.
That's-
Now, if they bring it up and she don't say nothing, yeah, but she don't talk ever.
that ain't true.
Like,
Right.
okay, we get it, we understand. I'm not saying that it would, like Flip just said, if it was a moment, it was awkward. Okay, cool. But y'all don't skip a moment to find a way to talk about Mel. Y'all are not you specifically, but the niggas that always Mel. Y'all are obsessed at this point. Let the girl have a pod. Let her have an off pod. Let her do whatever. Like at the end of the day, if Joe brings it up and it becomes comical or he tries to sway it or move it, like cool. But are half y'all even patrons? Because y'all will know Mel be talking a lot during the Patreons. This may have been one pod on a Wednesday or a Saturday or Friday or whatever. That's a little off. Mel sometimes carries certain Patreons where they're talking for 3 hours there.
The easiest
But no, we don't
the
know that.
easiest way to
Ain't nobody
the
subscribed.
Yeah,
easiest way to
that's
tell
true.
to me is look when Joe's not on the pod and look at Mel's demeanor. That's the easiest way to tell. Like to me, it's a conflict of interest. Joe is coming up with the content and then curating it for them to do it. Obviously, she's not interested. Like you
That
could
is
tell.
cat.
How you
You
figure?
are
That's not true.
If somebody's on the podcast,
That's not true.
Okay, I'm muting you because that's not true. Joe is not coming up with shit and then forcing this content out of y'all want to make me evil content devil at all costs. I get it. I got it. But that's not happening.
That is not true at all.
So
That's not true.
Jesus.
We don't curate nothing, nigga.
So how does she sit around for that long just not saying shit? That doesn't make sense.
She's going through something. She's probably going through something.
And why she ain't
in
take the
real
day
time.
off?
Because things happen in real time. Nigga,
Wait,
one
do
time.
you-
But wait,
Listen, hold
do
on.
you hear
I have a question.
yourself?
Let me say
I have a
something. Hold on, wait.
You sound
Let me
crazy.
say something about personal experience. One time, I got a message about my family member while I was sitting on a chair. It happens in real time, and it changes your mood. Joe would take a break. Yo, do you want to take the day off? Do you want to go home? And to be a team player, I'll say no. But then I sit back down, and it's up to me to shift it back into gear. It happens real time. Something happens.
I just have to say
Right, I
something
agree.
too, though. There have been 1,000,001 episodes where Ish will sit for 50 minutes and not say nothing either. Y'all never say nothing.
Talk about it. Talk
I
about
have
it.
sat here and watched Ish sit and stay silent for episodes, and y'all say nothing about Ish. Why is it always Mel? And then the resolve is she needs to go. I don't get it. There are times where the moment is not for them. It's okay. And of course, it may not make the best pod, quote unquote, but I also feel like shit, it's summer. Niggas is in there just to make sure we get something going. To me, I wasn't offended by nothing Joe said. All I said was it felt like a Monday pod instead of a Wednesday. I mean, but it's also the middle of fucking July. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to be there. I'm not mad.
Hey, yo, let me say one thing.
That's what I know. Hold up, Flip, because you
yeah.
made a good fucking point. You know what that fucking whiteboard said? Yeah, fuck these niggas. Now I'm mad. That whiteboard said game and auntie and some other bullshit.
Yeah.
Did she put the
no
beating
music,
up in
nothing
Queens?
fun. It was 3 bullshit topics that nobody cared about. I pulled a rabbit out of my ass, you fucking integrates.
No, you did.
Tell me about
I
some
went, hold
bad
on,
part.
but they don't want to say this because I went outside and I said, yo, salute to you because you really picked it up right outside mid break, nigga.
Yeah,
Mid-break.
what?
Salute to you picking it up. I know we kind of off and shit like that. Let me say this about Ish because Ish can speak for himself. But Ish thing is this: niggas be complaining a lot. Niggas complain about when Ish talk about certain topics. So what Ish shows you is that his voice is as powerful when he's quiet. So I'm gonna show you niggas. Y'all keep complaining that when I speak about Kendrick and when I speak about this, I'm hating and I'm fucking changing the mood. So now I'm gonna stay quiet. It's damn if you do and damn if you don't. And let me just
Even his silence is loud.
yeah, it's very loud. He's just showing you that. That's the power of his voice. And I'm gonna tell you this. Me and Mel a package, nigga. Mel ain't going nowhere. We not going nowhere. Yeah, me and Mel a package, nigga. We got here at the same time. Mel you could just tell if you guys are fans like you say you are, just watch. Look at the mood. Look at it. Nobody did nothing. We come inside. Joe I would say this, I give him credit. He tells us to get there a half an hour early. I'm late. And I'm right around the corner. I can say that. Like sometimes I get he have to brush it off. He brushed it off because he see me like he already warned me. Yo, Flip, come on. I'm right around the corner, nigga. I'm near.
Don't make him dock that pay, Flip.
Say it again.
I said, don't make him dock that pay, Flip.
I mean, yeah. Well, no. I mean, but what I'm saying is that he tell us, yo, come in early so we could do pre-production. Everybody's there. Cool. Flip come in. I come in. I'm like, yo, all right. Let me see what I can do and get it together. So he puts up with a lot of shit. I'm not gonna take any credit from him. He doesn't curate anything. He lets us know, like, yo, y'all niggas need to come together, write on the board. I need everybody to write on the board of things that you've experienced or things that you cherish, things that is whatever. However he says, it's some stupid shit, some ill line. But we go there and then sometimes we write, sometimes we don't. Mel, she sits down. She may get a text. She may be in a mood or something. And by being a team player, she shows up. She just show up.